Starting lineups just announced. We're just about set for basketball. We'll be back in a moment. Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Steve Smith, Allie LaForce, our reporter, I'm Brian Anderson. And with almost all of the season in the books, the power rankings can tell you a lot. You take a look at the Knicks. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Seeing where Vancouver is, they've gotten into a slump. The season has not gone as planned. You get the sense that they're discouraged and they can't find any answers.
Now the starting group for the visitors and for Utah. And we know the long season is a grind for players, Grant. What about the coaches?
You know, what? A long season is a grind for everyone. Not just for the coaches, but for the training staffs, for the basketball operations department. Everyone involved understands that it's a grind both physically and mentally.
And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. Here's Stockton. Pass to Danley. Here's Stockton. Here's Danley with the drive. Off with the layup. Outside Johnson.
And you hope this early foul doesn't dissuade his aggressiveness.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Jazz. Out to the right wing. Here's Johnson. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Strategy is going to be a big part of the outcome tonight. We'll see which team dictates the style of play.
Here's Danley. About a minute played here so far in the first. And the shot goes.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
Here's Jay. His last outing, he had 18 points. 4-3. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Parrish. Here's Danley. And he slams it in one-handed.
The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Here's Jay, averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player. Here's Randolph. Drilled from 11 feet out.
Close to the hoop, Zach Randolph wreaks havoc. The defense has to do a better job to prevent him from getting that close.
Pass to Malone. Here's Stockton. And they pick up 2.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Jay. Here's Wilkins. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot as well.
Shooting for the away team, Dominique Wilkins at the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 shooting so far. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Stockton. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Jay. Pass to Abdur-Rahim. Here's Jay. Shot clock at 5. Second chance effort. Randolph gets the bucket.
Zach Randolph is just relentless on the glass. One of the best offensive rebounders we have in the game.
Here's Parrish. His last outing he had 20. Down low. Here's Dantley. Wilkins with a rebound.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now he's hurting the team.
And blocked with his palm. What a defensive play. Here's Dantley going inside. Got a hand on it. Time for the 2K leaderboard, showing numbers from the second half of the season. Teams that love to run. The 4th spot held by the Grizzlies.
They've looked great since the All-Star break, pushing the pace and trying to punish teams in transition, and it's been working.
Here's Jay. Boy, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. To the paint. Here's Abdur-Rahim. Misses from close range. Utah trailing here. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Griffith. Inside. Here's Parrish. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Great anticipation on the tip in. He was ready to make that play.
The visitors with the ball. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end. Really looking for some improvement here.
Yep, that one goes.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Here's Stockton. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's Jay. To the right side. Randolph gets the bucket. 6 points for him.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
The Jazz have gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. Pass to Dantley. Here's Malone. Wilkins with a rebound.
He'd like to have that one back. That's easy money.
Here's Jay. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Releases. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Pass to Dantley. Here's Malone. His last outing, he had 20. From 13, Stockton's shot is off.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming this way.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the away team, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Pass to Malone. Here's Danley. On the take. Lays it up and banks it in. The Grizzlies have got 7 of 11 shots to find the mark. Here's Wilkins, coming in off 12 points in his last outing. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Griffith. Pass to Stockton. The quick look, no good that time. Vancouver has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Jay. The shot. Danley grabs a miss. Here's Malone. Here's Danley. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
At the line for Utah, Adrian Dantley, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. So it's both teams making...
Coming onto the floor for the away team.
On the court for the Grizzlies. Pass to Wilkins. Here's Jay. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 6.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. The shot by Danley, no good.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Abdul-Rahim, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Pass to Parrish. Here's Stockton. And they recover it.
Away team foul, Kevin Johnson.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile one block?
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Here's Stockton. He picked up 10 in his last game.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they dug this hole.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Second team foul. At the line for Utah, Robert Parrish. At the line for 2.
The first one falls. And Grant, you played almost 2 decades in the league. What do you think some of the biggest highlights in your career were?
Really just, playing on some great teams with great players, the relationships, the experiences. I didn't win an NBA championship, but I am more than blessed with having an incredible 19-year career.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. For Vancouver, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Outside Johnson, and he drives in. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Here's Stockton. Pass to Danley. To the middle. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He's got 10.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Wilkins. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Pass to Danley. That one's good. 2 for 8 now.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
Shoots from the baseline. Utah with the rebound. Here's Griffith. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And we just got a second look there at an exceptional mobile one block.
You can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
And Utah calls time here. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Here's Stockton. Pass to Danley. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Wilkins. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Pass to Dantley. Here's Griffith. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
Here's Jay. Over to the wing, to the inside, Abdul-Rahim.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
For a good call, you have to at least try to protect the rim.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Here's Stockton. 5 to shoot. The shot by Dantley, no good.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Here's Jay. Banked it in off the glass.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Utah is shooting only 36% during the second. Pass to Dantley. Here's Griffith. Well, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Here's Jay. 8-point game to the paint. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Shooting for the away team, Zach Randolph. Shooting 1.
You know, over the years, Zach Randolph has proven to be the perfect leader. He commands respect, and he gets it from his teammates.
Pass to Dantley. The shot that time not on target. Here's Jay. From the elbow, Jones grabs the board.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
Here's Stockton. Pass to Dantley. That one rolls around and rims out.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Abdul-Rahim. Oh, and a beautiful feed lead. into a monster jam.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. And Utah calls time here.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Pass to Danley. Down low. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
Zach Randolph. That's his first personal foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
They've gotten a lot of high-quality shots in the paint early on. That was clearly part of their game plan coming in.
It doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding's been impressive so far.
One shot. After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Here's Randolph. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. Here's Jay. Here's the hook. Brandon with a rebound. Here's Danley, covered by Johnson. A little mid-range shot is up. The shot by Danley, no good. Vancouver shooting has been excellent so far, around 56%. With the tip, great positioning on the putback. He's got 14.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting around 41%. Pass to Parrish. Here's Griffith. Here's Danley. 12 points for him. 5 on the clock. From the line. No good. A bit long that time. They absolutely want to add to what's already a big lead.
No question, B.A. No reason to let up. Just keep playing your game.
Johnson.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Here's Danley, covered by Johnson. Pass to Malone. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his first.
They've been flawless at the line this quarter. They need to stay aggressive and keep drawing fouls. That'll help them chip away at the lead.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one's off. And he's good on the second. Here's Jay. Outside Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in
Pass to Battier.
2 minutes.
Here's Jay. 6 to shoot. To the middle. That's tipped. Here's Counts. And it's blocked. Here's Brandon. Here's Hornacek, covered by Johnson. Here's Hornacek. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. And Malone gets it to go.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
Here's Jay. Top of the key. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by Malone. And for Utah, they're shooting just 37% from the field in the second quarter. "50 seconds left in the first half of this game." Here's Jay. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 6 points for him.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them reduce their attempts from downtown. And quite frankly, I think that's a good idea.
Here's Malone. No good from the wing. Vancouver shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Jay. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Inside. Robinson. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Robinson's got 6 in the quarter.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
So we conclude the first half. Up by 15. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now. And, Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court. Whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back. Right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, for the Grizzlies, Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
And the game plan they went with was very clear. It was centered around scoring inside. Pound that ball inside, pound it in the paint, try to get the high percentage shot. And because of this assertive attitude, they've got the edge where it counts on the scoreboard.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
I know it's not the case, but it seemed like they were lacking on the offensive game plan. Some guys were improvising when they should have been making the next pass, but hey, not looking good out there.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Here's Jay. Pass to Abdur-Rahim. Shot from the low post is good. He's got 12.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
On the court for the Grizzlies. And there's the turnover. Pass goes out of bounds.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Oh, now that was a block. Some much-needed energy there to jumpstart them back into this game.
Vancouver shooting 55% for the game so far. Here's Jay. From behind the arc. No good there. And Utah will come the other way. About a minute played here in the second half. Blocked!
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Releases. And that one hits the back iron. Challenging stretch here for Utah. Down low. Here's Griffith. And he banks in the layup.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Here's Jay. 6 points for him. Here's Wilkins. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
To the middle. Here's Malone. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Yep, count it.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Jay. To the inside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Pass to Malone. Here's Dantley, and he gets it back. Here's Parrish. Here's Griffith, covered by Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Dantley. Softly drops in the floater. 14 points for him.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
For Vancouver, they've gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. To the wing, right side. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Wilkins, good.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Here's Danley. He's got 14. Malone. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Here's Jay. He has 6. Beyond the arc. They get it again.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Turned over.
You want unselfishness, but you all...
Substitution on the court.
A minute 53 left in the third quarter. Here's Parrish. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. He's got 19.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Here's Jay. And he can't get that one.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
There's a minute 17 left in the third. Pass to Malone. Shoots over Robinson. And there's another one for the Jazz. Vancouver has gone only 1 of 4 from three-point land in the third quarter. To the paint. Here's Robinson.
Utah foul. Ball below. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
From mid-range, they've been on fire today. Those jump shots have been falling all game.
It also seems like they're taking a lot of pride in their rebounding tonight, especially offensively.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Robinson.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 1 minute left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Parrish. Here's Brandon. He's got 5. Here's Hornacek. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 6.
His team is down because he's not shooting enough. There's no reason he shouldn't be getting more looks right now.
Vancouver shooting an excellent rate of 56% on the third quarter. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Jay. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
And there's the drive. Robinson with the block. And that one's good. Parrish. Here's Jay. Looking to get back on track. The shot, no good.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Up by 16. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. The Jazz shooting at about 44% so far. Here's Brandon. Pass to Griffith. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
And for the Grizzlies, here's Jay. To the middle. Poke loose. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Clock at 6.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
The shot by Hornacek, no good. Vancouver shooting 52% from the floor so far. Driving in, and that one's good. Jay.
Kevin Johnson.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Inside. And scoring. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Yeah, he's leading the charge for them. But let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game.
Here's Jay. And it falls all over the rim and in. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Down low. Here's Malone. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 11. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard.
Robinson.
Utah's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Pass to Hornacek. Knocked away. Here's Jay. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. That shot missing. Here's Griffith, covered by Johnson. Here's Malone. Count it. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Pass to Robinson. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Robinson's got 4 points this quarter.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
And the Jazz call time here.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Here's Brandon. Here's Battier. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Robinson gets the bucket.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nailed all evening.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Here's Brandon. Drives to the hoop. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Here's Jay. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. Pass to Brandon. Good work defensively by Robinson. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. And he lobs it up. In transition, here come the Jazz. Here's Brandon. Looking to get it going. Shots blocked. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Malone. Pass to Dantley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brandon. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Here's Wilkins. Parrish with a rebound. For Utah, they've gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Here's Dantley. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
To the middle. Here's Abdul-Rahim. It's blocked. Here's Brandon. A shot from the high post. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message that the visiting team coach was giving to his team. He said, quote, "This one isn't over. Those guys will come roaring back. We have to be ready. If something doesn't go our way, don't dwell, just move on to the next play." Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Griffith. Inside, here's Malone. Cash money. Out of his 14 attempts, he's drained 9 of them.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Jay. Shoots. To the paint. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist from Robinson. And the Grizzlies lead by 13. The Jazz have gotten 7 to go out of 13 attempts during the fourth. Down low. It's picked off. Here's Wilkins. Rebounded by the Jazz. Pass to Brandon. Here's Griffith. Wilkins with a rebound.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And he gets that one.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Utah has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Pass to Malone. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Robinson. Outside Johnson. Here's Jay. Pass to Robinson. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far. And for Utah, they're shooting 47% since the fourth quarter started. Here's Malone. Driving inside. And a missed layup. The Grizzlies have gotten 8 of 15 during the fourth quarter. Wilkins. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Give him 23.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Here's Jay. Here he goes. An easy 2 on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 19.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Pass to Brandon. Here's Danley. Here's Malone.
Away team foul, Kevin Johnson. That's his second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for the away team, Zach Randolph.
Here's Griffith. Pass to Danley. The baseline J is on the way. And the Grizzlies shooting just a phenomenal clip. 59% here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Wilkins. That one goes.
Timeout. Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets.
Now a timeout called by Utah. Well, super teams are still being built. Grant, what's the key to making it work with 3 or 4 guys who all need touches?
Well, it comes down to good communication between your leaders. Of course, you have to have a plan. You can't be out there winging it. And, of course, prioritizing wins over stats always works.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game.
What an unbelievable offensive performance from him tonight. I mean, it's been crazy fun to watch him just go off. I mean, the defense had no chance. He just kept scoring over and over again.
You could tell all that losing was starting to get to him, and they looked at him to help him get back on the right path. That's exactly what he was able to do here tonight. Here's Danley to the middle. Parrish. Pass to Brandon. Here's Danley. Five on the clock. And it's good. 2 points. The Grizzlies shooting 55% for the game so far. Here's Jay. That's short off the rim. Utah's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. That one doesn't drop. Johnson with the defensive effort. Here's Jay. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter here. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
What control by Randolph. A true legend at getting the hoop plus the harm.
Shooting for the away team. Substitution for the away team. At the line for the away team, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. At the line for 1.
Seven seconds left in the game. Here's Stockton. The visiting club takes the win on the road. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Steve Smith, this is Brian Anderson with our 2K Sports crew signing off. So long, everybody.